What's the motherfucking deal? I apologize, man. I don't know what happened, but as I was getting everything prepared, because normally like I have it kind of what's the word, filled in and everything. Like everything was erased. I got a whole different, like, it's like it reset all my streaming stuff. So I apologize about the delay. I'm trying to still twerk some stuff here. Give me just a second. But welcome to the Den. I appreciate you for joining me this evening. I'm gonna turn invisible for just a second, but I'm still here. Thank you for allowing me to be your host this evening. I am Ed Honcho, the invisible Ed Honcho. And, okay, that's that. And this is the Den. And tonight we're gonna discuss the best life advice that you've ever received. You know, I'm going to spill some sauce on, or a little bit of, well, not sauce sports, but y'all know what I mean. I'm going to spill a little bit on, you know, the best piece of advice that I felt like I've ever received. And then, you know, I want you guys to call in and share the best life, the best advice that, you know, the best piece of advice you've ever gotten. Shrink this down. I don't need to be too big. I already got a big ass head. I don't need to make it too big, player. So again, like I say, I apologize for the delay because I told you I'm gonna really take into consideration trying to be more on time because it's very rude to just, you know, leave y'all hanging. Well, the best piece of advice that you've ever gotten, I'm gonna share the biggest piece of advice, the best piece of advice that I've had, and I think, you know, just to take a back seat from some of the politicizing and things that we've been doing lately. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I actually enjoy that a lot. But, you know, just to change the conversation a little bit, to make it something helpful where everyone can benefit from. And I think, you know, good advice is good advice no matter what you believe, no matter what your background, no matter what your thought process is. I don't think there's any line. Well, it depends on, I guess, what kind of advice you get. Some of it may not be useful. But, we're going to talk about it. And so I'm glad you could join me this evening. And, yeah, there we go. Got to make sure I got the right notebook. And then, you know, we'll go from there. And if some other things on your mind that y'all want to discuss, we'll discuss. Let's see what we have joining us this evening. But first, you know, make sure you follow The Den Show on all the proper socials, denshow.com. I'm sorry, facebook.com/The Den Show Live, Twitter and Instagram, different platforms, same name, at Den Show Live. If you are on Facebook, I appreciate you if you would hit that like on that page. Hit the like on the stream too. Do all that good shit. And you can go to facebook.com/group/Den Show Live. And I believe you can join the Facebook group where we chop it up from time to time and talk a little bit of shit. There ain't no wrong with a little bit of shit talk. Make sure that if you ever want to contact the Den whenever we are not live, you can call it 833-284-3336. That number again is 833, the number 2. The Den is the easiest way to remember that. Also, denshowlive@gmail.com if you ever want to send an email, you ever want to, you know, maybe shoot a topic, a conversation, whatever else it may be, or thedenshow.com to get directly to the channel. And thedenshow.com/live to go straight to the live stream. So there's that. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Sarah and the crew last night. Sarah getting it started, getting the party started. So I appreciate all the donations from yesterday evening. Thank you. But if you ever want to show some love to the Den, go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And you can donate there. We have the super chats currently turned off as we are in pursuit of the goal, and I got to update those numbers so I can see exactly where we are. I think we're just under 25. If I'm guesstimating well, it's probably right in the vicinity where we should be. And shout out to Stina Starry, and I appreciate the support. And it will be a lot more Patreon content coming soon. I've been mapping that out, so that's how that's going to go. So if you want to become a Patreon supporter, you can go to patreon.com/The Den Show, and you can join. Make a monthly pledge to the Den as we grow. All the love is appreciated. Astros win 3-2. Go Stros. Huh. So, let's see who we have joining us this evening, and then we're going to get into the conversation. I guess I should get into the real chat and out of the live chat. Live ain't where it's at. Let's see, Jerry Key, man up. Jimmy Cruz, Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? Sweetberry, the Bean Holmes, got the horses in the back. Why the horses in the back blew up once Billy Ray got on it? My boy was jamming before that, you know, but it's all good. Billy Ray killed that. I ain't even gonna lie. Heidi got horses in the back, and she slapped him in the nuts. We all know how that goes. What's up, Heidi? Let me see. Keisha R. Kahao MC, what's the motherfucking deal? Lady Licious, what's the motherfucking deal? Dr. Rabbit. Come on, what's going on? What's that chat freezing up? Marie Lovely, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man, Joshua Lamel, Kenneth Colon. Clean your colon, Kenneth. Let's see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. If I missed you, I ain't dish you. I don't know why it's getting a little chat. It's getting a little janky. Evie, what's the motherfucking deal? Hey, Billy Ray did get on that. Billy Ray did get on that hoe and fired up. I ain't gonna lie, with the brand new guitar. That motherfucker was getting it in, man. Again, like I said, if I missed you, I ain't this year. It was nothing intended. And here I got. Let me give somebody a gift, and let's get the conversation started. So, it's very interesting. The best piece of advice, I would say, and I've mentioned in here before, and I've mentioned it. I know a while back. It's been a minute, and I know you're probably like, "Well, Honcho, you need to get a new Honcho." I got a new Honcho hat on the way. I got a throw one actually that I just thought of, so it's gonna be a minute for that one gets here. But I got some on the way, and I got some interesting other stuff coming too. But let's talk about it. Most interesting or most important advice that I've gotten. It was simple. I didn't understand it at first, but I kind of grasped it as life goes on. And that's kind of why I guess I am the way I am today, for the most part, even though I didn't always abide by it. And that piece of advice was to never give away your power. And I remember I was in Beaumont with my pops, and we were at my grandma's house actually. And I think we had just come from fishing. And I don't know, we was fooling with something. We were taking down a tree, or we were doing something. I forgot what we were doing after that. You know, some old country shit. And, you know, we were just sitting there kind of chopping it up about some stuff. And, you know, he was just saying, hey, you know, never give away your power. You know, because I did something goofy or off the wall. I don't remember what the fuck it was. And he was just sitting there telling me, I was like, I don't get it, you know. And he basically was saying that, you know, be in control of yourself. You know, don't put yourself in situations where you restrict your ability to make choices, in a sense, where you restrict your ability to be in control. Kenneth, get you some drip first. I got some drip for Mama Cologne, so I'll be over there later. Tell her Gary will be over tonight. I know she want to know. So, you know, you can just go ahead and send her the message. But, and so that's something that I've tried to apply. And that's why I say, you know, little things that happen here and there. And that's why y'all see, like, I try my best not to respond to a lot of things, because even, you know, stuff that would make you angry or most people get angry, upset about, you gotta, or not let me change that, not to react, but to respond. And respond accordingly in the manner that you want to be represented. Because when you react, that's out of control. That's giving away your power. So that's like, say somebody comes in here and starts saying all kind of racial epithets or whatever else it may be, and you sit here and you're like, okay, well, I could react and I can get into a shout match back and forth with some invisible unknown and make myself look foolish, or I could ignore it, or I could respond in a particular way, depending on what the situation is, and control myself, or I could just react to say a bunch of bullshit that doesn't make any sense. So that's why, and I'm glad you said that. Shonda, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. And so I think that's a very important thing, because there are situations where you may think you have the upper hand and you have the power in the situation. And it could be physical prowess, it could be financial, it could be anything. But sometimes somebody could be baiting you or setting you up for the okie doke. If you don't know what the okie doke is, it's, you know, you thinking one thing, but then it's something else. Yes, Kenneth. And when I leave it on your mom's nightstand, just make sure you return it. I know you be checking out my you be trying to peep through the keyhole, little fruitcake. But anyway, but I love Mama Kenneth. You know, if it wasn't for Mama Kenneth, you know, hey, I ain't even gonna get it to her. She still ain't got that desk though. Tell her she ain't gonna get no more of this love if she don't, you know, she don't come through with that desk. I needs my desk. You know, I'm taking up a lot of real estate on this desk. So tell Mama Kenneth that, you know, I'll be over there late night like I always do, you know. But talking about the power, talking about the ability to control yourself in certain situations, because you may want to react and you may think ideally, you know, I may look this way or that way. It could be a test of your masculinity. It could be a test of your intelligence. It could be a test of a lot of things. But you got to understand, you know, in certain situations, you don't always want to show your hand. In certain situations, you don't want to overplay. In certain situations, you know, sometimes it's better to downplay things. Certain situations, you need to, certain situations, you need to handle it up, man. What you talking about, man? What happened? So come on with the topic. What you talking about? We've been talking about the topic, T'Challa. You, the one that ain't been listening. I've already explained my piece of advice. And my advice, for those of you who are just getting in, are you. That's my bad. Because I don't ever check my stuff. Because I was halfway doing the stuff and I didn't even check it. Because I don't have my notifications on. I just seen it. Because I cut off my thing for the whatchamacallit. That's my fault. Because I was clearing everything out, and I just shut up, kidding. So that's my bad, man. That's my fault. Give me a few. We might still work something out. Let me get everything situated and we'll see what we can do. Cause I don't, like I said, when I check my stuff, I check my Skypes and then I cut it off because the damn it's all sports chat, it just be going off, so I'll be cutting that shit off. And so that's my fault. That's my fault. Cause I should have checked it because you did tell me you was gonna hit me back, but I ain't even think about that shit. Beyond, what's the motherfucking deal? Kenneth, you got to be a player to fuck up, so you just the fuck up. But getting back to the conversation at hand, but you know, talking about controlling your power, and I apologize for that because I'm kind of elsewhere. Well, you know what? That's why T'Challa ain't gonna never get no damn wrench. Always talking shit. But again, like I was saying though, but my thing about this is you have to control your power. You have to control your situation, and you can't let people dictate your terms. Because let's say, I told y'all a story about a guy a while back when I was doing some work off in Sunnyside. And well, if I was drinking soda, then that would be an issue. I'm not drinking soda. And I drink damn near a gallon of water a day, so that ain't even a thing. But, you know, so I was talking about this guy. There was a guy in Sunnyside, and the guy I was doing some work for, you know, he was coming over, oh, hey, man, you know, you don't need anybody to help it and do all this and this and this. And so he's like, nah, man, I'm good. You know, you got to take care of. But he was like, man, what happened to you? Where you been? I ain't seen you in a while. He's like, yeah, you know, I got locked up for a few years because I hit this cop. He was talking shit to me, and, you know, I ended up hitting him. you know, I had to go to jail for a few years, but you know, I made my point, right? And now, perception of power is important. And what I'm saying this is by this story. So, in this guy's opinion, he had the power in the situation. I'm going to turn these alerts back on. And he had the power in the situation because he hit the cop. So he thought that he had the upper hand because, you know, he felt like he maintained some type of integrity. But you didn't drop him, you ain't beat him up, you ain't beat him, I just hit him. So you went to jail for 4 or 5 years or however long it was. I forgot how long he said it was. So you go to jail for all this time. The cop goes home that night. You know what I'm saying? And you know who won that? Who had the power? You gave up your power for a moment of, I guess, what he might have thought was retribution, but nigga say Honcho walked out of work 30 minutes kitchen. That's what I'm talking about, man. I never say never. Kenneth, you'll never go because you know you got a vagina between your legs. They're gonna give you that special band and they're gonna put you in that special tank. But yeah, so he thought he was getting retribution for somebody insulting him. Edwin, what's the motherfucking deal? And so my thing is, but in his mind, he felt like he was doing something special. You know, he felt like he was doing something for real. You're gonna be in the tank with Jesse. That's the tank they gonna give Kenneth that special band. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put him in that special tank. He's gonna be in there with all the little lady girls. Talk about whatever he talk about. But, you know, my thing though is, like I say, it's Kenneth's gonna be one of the girls. But, you know, the thing is, like I say, perception is a motherfucker because he thought he had the power. I dropped him. You know, he ain't gonna disrespect me. But then you gotta go deal with 5 years of bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna go deal with 5 years of bullshit. You know what I mean? And for what could have been 5 seconds of ignoring it, right? But you got to get your point across. I got to be understood. And he felt justified. And the funny thing about it, because like I said, this man felt justified even after all of this. He felt justified in his actions. How? I don't know. And so my thing is, you have to understand what power is. So you might have felt like you had the power in that moment for that 5 seconds. But again, like I say, you were getting controlled in the penitentiary or wherever you had to go for those 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth, look, first, this is what I want you to do. Get you a scholarship so you can blow it, then you can talk to me. Then we can have a conversation. Get you one first, then you can blow it, then we can talk about something. So all I'm saying is, it's unfortunate that people have this perception. It's unfortunate that people are confused. And again, when keeping it real goes wrong, and it's funny, but it's true because that's people's perception. But power is understanding your entire situation. You know what I'm saying? It's understanding the totality of your situation and what you may give up in this moment of reaction just to say you did this or did that, or to say you responded, or I told them, or I did this or did that. You know, you see it all the time. I mean, and if you're doing something and you hear someone holler world star, you're probably in one of those moments where you're about to lose a whole lot of power. It's going to be an exchange of power, if you will. But that's my, I think that's the one piece of advice that I have kept with me maybe, or tried to understand or use the most. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect with it. There are times that I do make mistakes, miscalculations. I wouldn't say they're emotional responses, but I would say maybe miscalculating, you know, where the power lies in any given situation. But that's the point of life. You live and you learn, then get loves. But we're gonna open up the line here shortly. And wow, you ain't even on varsity yet. Ain't worry about getting on varsity first. You just levels to this shit. So my thing is, you know, this. You have to have an understanding. But when we open up the line, I want you to think of the best advice that someone has ever given you in your life. 2368 might not be a joke, but you a joke. So like I say, the best advice that someone's given you in life, and I want you to call in and I want you to share that. I want this to be a den where we share, not so much. I won't say I don't ever think it's combative. I think it's always good advice. But I know people feel like, sometimes it can be this way or that way, and people are, pushing the agenda this way or that way. So we're gonna do something tonight. Usually it's Fuck 'em Friday. We can get some fuck-ems out there. But I want this to be a helpful den. I want this to be a den where at least someone grows from watching it, or someone benefits from watching it. And so let's talk about it, okay? Let's figure it out. Somehow, some way, somebody's going to benefit from tonight's den. They're going to have a better life because of it. And yeah, can it be a long? I don't know how long it's going to be. We'll see. I ain't going to promise you that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it flows. And if it's if the flow is good, we might make something shake. So we'll see what it is. Kenny, thanks you the nigga that got whooped by the tight end, the freshman tight end. You getting beat up on freshman squad. You got a long ways to go before you make it to the varsity level. You need to go holler at my boy Taylor Made. He'll get you right because you're definitely lacking. He gonna get your footwork right. Maybe get your hands right too. Go to Baker Man. Baker Man will get your hands right. And my boy Taylor Made will get your feet right. So there you go. Yeah, I had to sip on my scissor. So let me open up the line, man. Like I said, I gotta forget, man. I got a few things on my mind. I'm not like 92% here. I need to be 100. I know. Need 100% honcho. All right. So Kenneth got beat up by Ryan Griffin. That's terrible. All right, so that's the number, 833-284-3336. I want y'all to think, like I say, I want y'all to think of the best piece of advice that you've ever had and share that with the den tonight. So whatever it may be, whatever it is, we're gonna have a helpful den. We're gonna grow tonight in the den. Okay? We're not gonna tear each other down. We're not gonna attack each other. We're gonna grow tonight. We're gonna be friends in the den this evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is your boy Man Up here.
Man Up, what's the motherfucker? My bad, Man Up on that. Like I said, I was just all over the place this evening and re-getting everything together, so that's my fault on that one.
Hey, don't trip. I'm cool, man. I'm watching the show, man.
All right. Well, let me know, like I said, if you're still good for money, let me know.
All right, then. Okay. Yeah, me personally, man, I want to say I got a ton of good advice growing up, but the number one advice I think that stuck with me, well, I'm going to say two things. One, try to think twice about everything you do, because like you said, it kind of revolves on what you said about giving up your power and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So think twice about everything, because you just never know. And then two, do right by your money, by your personal means, by your resources and things like that. So, and that's something that, of course, when I'm told that as young, you don't understand. But it's once you get older, you start understanding. I see, you changed the name to Professor Trio. It's cheaper to keep her, man. No, it ain't. Trust me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just let it go. Trust me. But anyway, yeah, I would just want to say, man, growing up, I had got a ton of advice, man, but those are two that stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Do right by your resources and think twice about whatever it is that you're doing, because you don't want to make long, make a decision be long lasting for you. Just like you said, the dude slapping the cop spent 5 years in jail, even though he feel like he did something, but that's 5 years or however long. You know what I'm saying? Got taken away from him. You know, so. But anyway, that's all. That's my call, man. I ain't gonna stick on too long, man. Hit me up.
Right,
hit me up when you get a chance.
That's a bet. All right, appreciate the call, there, man. Up.
All right, have a go.
All right. And I agree, man. That's actually some real good advice. Think twice about everything, because you got a lot of people who just again react and don't think about it. Yeah, get your motherfucking numbers up, nigga. That's why you can't even use no explain. Explain yourself. God damn it. There we go. How the hell Kenneth was timed out and he's still he's still sending messages and shit. So again though, my thing is this. And that was what's up. So he said, you know, think twice about everything and do right by your money, your means. And I think that's, you know, helping your money work for you. Okay, hold on. We got a call coming in. Who this is? Who calling into the den this week? What's the motherfucking deal?
Oh, God.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Hinchy? It's Dr. Rabbit.
Mr. Rabbit. I've seen no credentials. What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
All right, screw you then. No. Anyways, I want to share a piece of advice that I've gotten, actually just recently. Now, for those of you who don't know, I play an instrument, and I won't say which one it is, but I've been playing it for about 2 to 3 years, or no, 1 over a year. It doesn't matter. I've been playing it for a long time. Now, I've got burnt out on it, and I felt that maybe, you know, because I don't want to be a musician, so maybe I should just discontinue it. So the next lesson that I had, I told my piano teacher about what I was going over, and she was very, very surprised, and she could also see how I felt, and she told me, look, she had experience with this, and she felt how I felt, and she said and this is her piece of advice. She said. The more skill sets that you have, the better what job you're trying to pursue you'll get.
So the more skill sets you have,
but the better skill set. I don't remember what she said. The better skill set you have, the better you'll get what you're trying to get. Something like that.
Okay. We're kind of jotting this down. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. All right. So, did that convince you to want to continue playing?
Well, yeah, but I'm still a little bit burnt. What I want to do, and I'm going to tell her this. I want to take a quick hiatus because I have testing coming up, and well, let's be real. I don't really think that playing the piano is going to really help me in that, because no musical instrument is going to help you pass the fucking test. So
you don't think so?
Fuck no.
Get your metronome, listen to a little classical music. It'll help you study.
Okay, sure. Why not? Maybe I'll play it while I'm studying. Anyways, I want to take a hiatus from it. Just a quick one, not a long one. And then until I get some motivation to do it.
Sounds like you need some thug motivation. You need to listen to Jeezy TM 101. It'll get you right.
All right.
No, but seriously though, here's the deal, okay? And I'm curious. Is it just one particular instrument, or are you tired of music as a whole?
It's just that. It's just that. Look, I love music. It's it's a part of me that if it were to die, about 90% of me would die, and I don't want that. And I love music as a whole, but there comes a time where people will get burnt out on things that they've been doing for so long. In my opinion, that they just want to, stop playing it. And I've wanted to stop playing this instrument. I don't want to stop listening to music. I don't ever want to stop listening to music.
So do you see yourself, do you envision yourself having a future or a career in music of some sort?
No, because I said something about that earlier. Anyways, I know I don't see myself having a career. What I want to be is, well, I don't want to share what I want to be, but it's not something that's music related. Or, well, it kind of ties in with the music industry, but that's besides the point.
No. Okay. So with this advice, if it's not music that you're going to use it for, where do you see that you could use this piece of advice that your teacher has given you?
I would share that, but I passed the 5-minute mark, and Joe, later.
I muted myself, goddamn. At least he abides by the 5-minute rule. I don't know sometimes. Dr. Rabbit just, it's very abrupt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like Dr. Rabbit. He just, I don't know. Sometimes he just leaves us with those cliffhangers. I don't know. I'll never know. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's good, Honcho? This is Vince.
Vince, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight?
Nothing, man. Just want to drop about the subject you was talking about as far as the best advice. But, man, two things I got. The best advice I ever got was one, having that power to believe in yourself. And the second one was find what works for you. And for the first one, when the power to believe in yourself, man, is everybody can give you all the advice on what to do, how to do it, but if you don't believe it in yourself, you will never accomplish it. You know what I mean? You got to have that belief that you can accomplish your goals and what you set out to do, and you'd be surprised how half the people don't get to accomplish what they want just by simply not believing that they can do it, whether it's self-esteem or whatever. But having that power to believe in yourself that you can accomplish what you set out to do is a big one. And then the second one is, like I said, when you got finding out what works best for you, everybody might take different paths to get what they're trying to accomplish as far as their goals, but you still have to find out what you feel works best for you, because somebody else's path might not be that path for you. So you have to find out what you feel works best for you in order to accomplish that. So those were the two best, man, that I ever got.
Man, that's some solid stuff. That first one especially, having the power to believe in yourself, man, because and that's what I think we have a lot of problems with these days is people who have a dream, have a goal, have a plan, but they allow sometimes themselves, like you say, the self-esteem thing, or sometimes they may believe in it, but then you have those outside influences, those associations that say, oh, you can't do that, or, you're not good enough, or you've never tried this before, how you going to do this, that, and the third? And they undermine. I think a lot of people get their dreams undermined by the people that they're around. And, that's why I heavily advocate, hey, sometimes you got to change your circle up a little bit so you can achieve the things you want to. But I think both of those are great those great pieces of advice.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Because I have a like I said, a current family member, man, who I've been, we've been trying to give her, the advice and stuff. But the thing about it is, she gets derailed because one, she doesn't believe enough in herself, and two, like you said, I mean, when you're used to people telling you can't do this and you can't do that, some people start to believe it. And like you said, the thing about it is you have to get out that circle and get the positive people who do believe in you, and, to change, you can change that mindset and you can still accomplish what you want to accomplish. But like you said, sometimes before you can be successful, you gotta clear up that circle. Get all the, the mess from around you to try and move forward. So
I agree. Man, that's what's up. Well, hopefully, everything comes forward. She sees that, that you're giving her some good knowledge, and then maybe she'll take it and run with it.
Yeah, hopefully, man. But like you said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
No.
So
straight up, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. But that's a bit, Vince, man. I appreciate it, man. You dropped some golden nuggets on us tonight, man. That's some solid shit right there.
All right, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Already, here we go.
All right.
Man, I hope some of y'all young bucks are paying attention, because there's some real good shit being dropped this evening, especially, from some of those more experienced folks, that's lived a little bit of life. Y'all need to hear some of this shit. Y'all think y'all got all this new shit. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Alrighty, Josh, what'd you like to drop in the den tonight, man?
All right, man. But as far as advice goes, it's just that's probably like a lot of advice that I've been getting throughout my life, and I'm glad that I've been able to live long enough to hear all of them. But I guess the one advice that really gets to me is the advice that everyone gives, which is like, don't be afraid to fail at anything in life, really. I was that one that was pretty much overthinking everything. It was like I was that person that's like, if I do this, what's going to happen after that? I always wanted to know the result rather than just trying to experiment anyway. So I always just a person that always just wanted to know what happens after the fact, instead of pretty much enjoying the moment or pretty much enjoying the process. But and another thing I can say to go along with that is not only being afraid to fail, but every time you do fail, pay attention to it so you don't end up repeating the same failure over and over again. Because sometimes, even when I do stuff, even when I fail, I can be failing over and over again and not know why. And then I sit back and think about it. I'm like, okay, I did this wrong. And when I fix that one problem, now everything seems to work out smoothly. So you don't want to be the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So that's pretty much the one advice that really sticks out to me.
Okay. So, Josh, I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
So what happened with the chick you got pregnant at SPI? How's that working out for you?
One, that didn't happen. I was in rumors, and where did that come from? Like, I don't.
Well, I got to give you a hard time, man. I can't just, I can't let you make it that easy, man. So, I just had to check. I had to make sure I had to, check, see if you was on your toes, man. Hey, just had to see.
No, because I could be childish and be on some, that you went to jail and your life ended up being messed up, but I'm actually happy that you were able to turn around. I could go that route, but I'm just trying to give my advice, and you want to go on some SPI shit, but I'm going to take the high road today. You
ain't taking no goddamn high road, nigga. Everybody didn't anybody who's been willing to ever test their nuts has probably been to jail. So if you don't take risks, hey, it is like that. So it is what it is.
I mean, people could take risks and then make it. It don't have to. It pretty much can avoid jail, but I mean, we see with society all the time. I mean, shit, Justin
hold on. That's two different conversations, but we go. We're gonna separate those kind of. Don't put me in the same conversations though, Jesse. I was about some action. I wasn't making no shit up. So those are different entities. Joshua.
Okay, but I thought, jail was jail. I don't know. I mean, you been, but I didn't. I mean, maybe it's different.
No, man, live a little bit of life. You might be surprised how things turn out.
All right, cool. All right.
Anyway, dude, get off the goddamn phone. You gotta get those.
All right, man. Well, that's rude, but
These motherfuckers say, y'all ain't lived no life. Look at your age, I hadn't been to jail either. I was in college the same age as you, nigga. You ain't talking about nothing. Live some life, goddammit. Anyway, Josh gonna be the nigga that end up in jail from stalking some female, goddammit. He ain't gonna be in no jail or no other shit. Speaking of Josh, what's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the deal this evening, baby.
What's good, Honcho? This is the other Josh.
Yeah, the other Josh. What's the motherfucker? We got Josh and other Josh. Man, we got to come up with some name separations so we can identify.
J-Mel, bro. It's J-Mel.
J-Mel. All right, that works for me. All right, cool.
But my first one, it kind of goes with what Josh just said. But somebody once told me, you only fail when you don't try.
Okay.
And my other one was, no matter what you do in life, make sure you stay true to yourself.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you know that you didn't do nothing outside of your morals, outside of who you are. And you can hold your head high at the end of the day.
Okay. So has there been any situation where you had to implement these, where these kind of presented themselves?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I make music, and like I had an opportunity to go to New York and do Square in the morning, and the only way I could do that was basically take a big risk and use all the money I had saved to go up there and try to make my dream a reality. It didn't necessarily pan out how I wanted it to, but I learned so much from that experience, and I gained connections that people that you can't pay for.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, yeah, I could say I'm so glad that I tried, and can't nobody take that from me.
Okay.
And with the other one, as far as everybody knows, like the crazy rumors you hear about your favorite artists and shit. And I can say, man, they got some crazy shit that goes on in the industry.
Yeah.
And I've been offered shit and, had opportunities that I could have took advantage of, but I would have had to not be true to myself in order to take advantage of those opportunities. And I'm glad I didn't. I could be like some of these other little niggas fucked off in a 360 deal or, whatever the case was.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. One, I'm glad you didn't fall for the bait, fall for the okie doke, and that's cool, man. About the Sway situation, that's what's up, man. So yeah, sometimes you got to take those risks, and you never know the opportunities that lie on the other side, So
exactly.
That's what's up. That's a bit. Somebody say high energy, Josh. That's okay.
And then my last. This is from me.
Okay.
If you can avoid it, don't get Josh.
No.
That's my call, Honcho.
That's a bet, man. I appreciate the call, man.
Yeah.
Already. Man, hey. But that's the thing, though. Can you avoid it? If she put the move on you like that, man, look, hey, it's one of them unexpected. Sometimes you just get caught in the trap, man. That's fucking funny, man. That's why I'm like, yeah, you can't let your guard down. Stay on your toes, man. Yeah, otherwise, hey, Jack, this is bad business. Don't do it. Don't do it. Man, you don't want to. You get to relax and you get to be feeling good, and then next thing you know, the figure four. Man, there's some good nuggets though, some good stuff that has been. You know, we're gonna write a book. We're gonna write a book called "Advice from the Den." But man, these are very good points, and like I say, all very good contributions. But I agree with what he says, man. You only fail when you don't try, and that's a very interesting thing. And that's something that I've dealt with, still deal with from time to time. You know, overthinking is something I deal with from time to time. And ultimately, you know, just force yourself into doing some shit and just seeing how the outcome goes. But the you only fail when you don't try. It's interesting because it almost works like, say you're shooting at a chick, right? You got a lot of dudes who are afraid of talking to females. You know, they're afraid of rejection and anything else that's gonna come with it. You know, well, what if she says no? What if she, you know, then you're in the same fucking situation you was in before you fucking started, right? So you're not really losing it. You're not really failing. But what do you really have to gain? Get a number. You might have something to add to your harem, whatever the fuck you want to do. Who knows? Maybe a long-term, future, stable relationship. You just never know. But the thing about that is it's very, very important to shoot. You know, what do they say? Every shot you don't take is a miss. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And so that's definitely something that you gotta be aware of. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's a very good point though. Very, very good nuggets that have been dropped so far. Let me see something. I said I was gonna do something, I had to do it real quick. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
This is Professor Trill. What's up, Honcho?
What's the motherfucking deal, Professor Trill? What would you like to drop in the den this evening, man?
First of all, man, how fucking dare you insult my grandfather's intelligence? I'll kick you in your ass, nigga. Don't you ever talk down to my grandfather again, nigga. You got to see me. Nah, but anyway, everybody entitled to their opinion. I'm very shocked that y'all missed some of the most important ones, man.
Yeah.
And the one that I've heard from many, many places and I've seen it, karma's a bitch. Ooh-wee. Karma is a bitch, and what goes around comes around, which is basically the same thing. I've seen that shit fuck people up royally. Yeah. I'm talking about life-changing shit. So I get all the other shit. All the other shit y'all talking about is just a mindset. I'm talking about shit that could actually fucking happen to you that you just won't see coming. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what was the other one? I said the measure price cut once, which is basically what Man Up was saying, basically similar, same thing. Oh, and sometimes it's important to pay attention to details.
Yeah.
That's a good piece of advice too, because like when you're real confident about shit, a lot of times you tend to overlook shit. Like, you know, well, everything cool, you know, but the details can fuck you up. And then some shit my stepdad has told me, and I used to fucking hate this phrase, but it's some real shit. Laziness will kill you. It's real. It's really real. I hated that phrase because he used to always use that shit like what me not wanting to do the fucking dishes was going to end my life or some shit. I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying, growing up. But now that I'm grown, I can see it, especially in other people's situations. So that was a good little nugget he gave me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it will. And even though, yeah, when you talk about it, there's those little things you don't really see it. But yeah, in the long run, laziness will fuck you off. Once you breed that habit, it carries over into so many facets of your life, and it's tough to get out of that shit. And it's almost like you work twice as hard to get out of it. Once you didn't let that kind of set in, you trying to work out of that shit to just be a normal, then to really getting a solid work ethic behind it. So you got to work twice as hard to get out of that shit. So yeah, you ain't lying about that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was just gonna throw it out there. There is a wrenchless person out there in the chat, so you know I know that you've been waiting for a certain scenario or whatever or whatnot. So you know you may have a little time to get a hold of whomever that may be. You know,
there's one more that needs to lose their wrench too. She needs to get her ass reined in too, big time. She know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she getting out of hand. She refused to get in the Cadillac. She gonna have to come see me, man. She gonna have to come see me.
Okay. We're gonna have to see what's shaking with that one. But yeah, but like I say, I think those are some good nuggets. Karma's a bitch, and you say what goes around comes. Do you have a good example of one of those being, you know, instituted in life?
Well, that one's a really good one, but I don't think I should share that one. No, I can't think of one off the top of my head that I can actually share. A couple of them popped in immediately, but those aren't my stories to tell. Because I pretty much watched it happen to other people and be like, you know what? I don't think I want to tempt fate like that, bro. So I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying, do my thing, be cool, and not fuck with people like that because, yeah, karma's a motherfucker. It really, really is.
Okay. Do you think sometimes, like I say, you know, I used to have my issues with it, and sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than you expect. But yeah, karma will eventually get its hands on you, and if not you, it's gonna have some type of impact on you in the long run. So.
Well, I guess, okay, I could just kind of use this one. It's more of a joke than anything, but it still works. Jared Fogle. There was a meme going around that when he got to prison, the first question they asked him is, did he want a 6-inch or a foot long? So I think that applies. I think that applies. Karma is a bitch.
Yeah, look, I'm sure he got his choice and then some. So
yes, he did.
That's unfortunate, man. That's tough, man. That's super tough. But when you know what's funny about that? When you go back and look at it, that motherfucker look like a damn child predator. I mean, if you really if you really go back and look at it, that motherfucker looked like a child predator. That motherfucker wasn't walking the subway. That ass walking to the park and shit, nigga. That motherfucker there was on some other shit.
Yeah, it looked like he walked around in a trench coat. Yeah.
That's tough. But that's a bad, man. This, man, I think those are some good nuggets, and hopefully some of these youngsters, because you know they don't know nothing. These youngsters don't know nothing. That they will take some of this and apply it. So when you and a lot of these things can be combined. You know, when you're thinking twice, make sure you make the right decision. Because if not, hey, karma's a bitch. It'll come back and get your motherfucking ass. So that's a bet, man. I appreciate the advice.
Yeah, and Dr. Rabbit, bruh. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you need to seek some professional help, sir. You really, really do. I don't know what the fuck it is you be talking about half the time. You way worse than Mr. Lee. I don't know what you niggas is on or what y'all do on the day-to-day or how y'all brain actually works, but just the fact that y'all actually out here functioning is a miracle to me. I don't get it. Dr. Rabbit, you must have done some strong drugs back in the day, brother. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I'm going to let somebody else have it if they dare to call in.
Oh, man, that's a bad Professor Trill, I'm sorry. Professor Trill, I appreciate it, man.
All right, man.
No, already. Oh, man. I can't help but laugh. Whew. Good grief. I fucked with y'all, but hey, I can't help it. Y'all know funny. I'm just gonna laugh at some shit. Y'all know, cause y'all remember the day them motherfuckers came there, cracked those no jokes. I couldn't help but laugh at that motherfucking shit. Oh, I shouldn't have been laughing, but it was funny. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's going on? This is boy man up one more again.
Nah, already, man. What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
All right, first I want to get at Jay Dizzle, whatever you want to call himself nowadays. First of all, partner, I know what I'm talking about. If you say your grandfather gave you that advice, that's cool. Or whoever you say gave you that advice, that's cool. I'm telling you that through experience, partner, and let me tell you a little story. It ain't going to last long, but let me tell you a little story. Y'all heard the story I told y'all before. You talking about it's cheaper to keep a bullshit. As you probably know, y'all probably remember, I'm on my second marriage. First wife cheated on me. He had a baby by another man. You think I'm finna stay there and take care of another goddamn man's baby and stick with this damn woman? You out your motherfucking mind. It ain't cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to let that bitch go and go on with your fucking business. Less of a fucking headache, less money you spending, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The headache and the stress is already payment enough if you get rid of it. Fuck that shit. Anyway, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. I speak to it personally. Going by what he said before, he ain't never been married, so he don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So we gonna get off of that. Second of all, motherfucker, you said you want some cookies, you get at me. I ain't finna get at you. And that's my shit.
Shout out to Man Up, man. Nah, really.
And that's my shit. I'm gone. I'll holler at you.
I appreciate the call, Man Up.
Bye.
All right. So look at y'all forget it. Y'all play on Man Up, baby. Y'all better stay on the right side, man. He gonna make y'all man up. Look, y'all don't want no smoke with Man Up. Y'all want cookies, y'all don't want no smoke. You know what I'm talking about? See, there you go, DeMarcus. That's look. See, I was just gonna put you on a temporary wrench hold before I gave it back, but now I gotta think about it. I gotta think about how long this you gonna be wrenchless over here. Because I won't deny, you do a pretty good job moderating DeMarcus. You know, you got the quick trigger. I give you that. So you be talking shit. You're talking a lot of shit. I gotta watch you. But hey, that's very interesting because I was wondering what y'all was talking about. I ain't remember what y'all was talking about. Hey, just Sarah, what's the motherfucking deal? So you're talking about cheaper to keep her. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. That's tough, man, because it's something I want to talk about. I'm actually saving it till tomorrow, but it's along the lines of the cheaper to keep her thought process because it's something that happened, and I want to discuss it, but we're gonna save it. Like I said, we're gonna save it for tomorrow. Doodaloo. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
This is Edmund.
Edmund Bradley. I don't know who I'm talking to. What would you like to drop in the den this evening, Edmund?
I read the title, so I assumed it was for me. So I'm ready for the best advice that you can give me.
That's not how this works. It's not how this works. It's supposed to be the best advice that you were given, and you're supposed to share it with the den so that other people can take this advice and apply it to themselves. I've already given my advice in the beginning of the den. So now when you call it, you're supposed to be. So what advice do you have to share with the den? That's what we need to know. Edmund.
So I guess the best advice that I was ever given, I'd probably say stay off the video games.
Stay off the video games. And why is this the best advice that you've given?
Well, because unless you're going to become a pro gamer, waste all that time and resources could be used into developing yourself, trying to look for your craft and, you know, try to monetize it, try to do something with it, whether it be educational wise or a technical or some sort of different path that you want to take. Because I used to be, you know, one of those guys that would play video games from morning to night. And, you know, I knew that something had to change. So one of my mentors back in early in college told me, if you really want to, you know, do something with your life, then you're going to have to give up the, you know, the video games and console. So that next day I sold all my video games. And since then I haven't touched a controller in over 2 years.
Okay. That's what's up. So Edman was once a game addict, and he's overcome his addiction. So you know what? Congratulations. I was going to give you a hard time about something, but hey, I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. So I have no problem saying good job to Edman on that one.
But I actually wanted an advice from you, so real quick.
It's about to get sketchy. What's up?
All right, so I know that I was going to stay off this Asian chick, but recently we've been getting closer now, and those feelings are getting back, you know. I don't know what to do, man.
I got an advice, man. This actually goes hand in hand kind of with what you were just talking about. Sell the Asian chick like you sold the console and stop fucking with it. God damn it. There you go.
Well, I can't sell something that's, you know, something as pure as her, you know. She's...
Well, I mean, you can sell a lot of, people like pure stuff. People like pure cocaine. People, so you can sell something pure. I don't know, man. Look, Jack, I don't know what to tell you about that. You know, I'm going to give you bad advice if you ask me. All I'm saying is, you know, relationships can be like, they can be like the video games. It can take a lot of time and resources if you're not intending to make it something permanent. So if you're not trying to go pro in video gaming, or you're not trying to go pro as in marriage with this chick or whatever, then you need to stay focused on yourself, man. Like, stay focused on yourself, get your degree, get into your field, you know, spend a little time doing that, and then concern yourself with the selection you'll have after that. You'll have plenty of selection once you kind of get solidified. You're not missing out on anything, you know. You're not missing out on shit. You can go, like, once you get your shit straight, you can fucking import one, like, fresh from Asia. Like, she ain't even got to know no English. Like, you could do what you want then. Like, that's my advice. Don't get one of these corrupted ones. You can see, you know, already been to UT and everything else. She corrupted. Go get you a fresh one. You know, just you gotta wait a couple of years. You know, mail order. You can put it together like a sex doll. You can say you want, you know, these parts and features. They do all that shit. It's the internet. So you can do a lot of stuff. So that's all I'm saying. You know, hey, just worry about yourself right now and move forward with Edman or Brully or whatever you're doing. And just focus on you, man. Forget all that extra shit. Alex,
yeah, I think it's
motherfucking deal.
Yeah, I think it's best, like, I just friend zone her and, you know, just focus on me.
Yeah.
So I like to make an announcement to Josh real quick, though.
What you got? Finger on the trigger.
All right, Josh, I'm still waiting for my 1v1 at the rec, so before the semester ends, I want to drop your ankles like James Harden did to Wesley Johnson. So.
Well, a challenge has been issued. It sounded kind of sketchy. You know, drop your ankles. I thought you were talking about drop your pants to your ankles. That was a little weird. It was getting a little sketchy there. You know, I'll never know where you're going with stuff, Edman. But hey, Edman, I appreciate your call.
All right.
Yeah. You gonna go take the challenge? What's up, man? I mean, look, what you gonna do, man? He called you out to go on. You know, he talking about Josh. You know, he talking about. He say, "What's up? You want the one-on-one at the rec? Y'all gotta stream that shit. I'll stream it in the sauce. One-on-one for all the Sauce Nation to watch to see who's gonna win. Everybody gonna hit you with that Rain Man, make it rain." I don't know. I think from the way it sounds, if we're going just by by voice, I think Edman could take Josh. Edman got the confidence. I think Edman has the confidence in his game. Josh gonna be out there trying to calculate angles and shit. And fucking analyze trajectories and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I got my money on Edman if it goes down. Like, I put that shit on whatever social media you youngsters using nowadays. But I agree, man. This advice is good, and I think that applies to a lot of young folks. You know, say put the video games down. He said he hadn't played games in 2 years, which is cool. That's pretty cool, man. I can respect that. You know, if you know that it's something that is causing you a hindrance in what you're doing and you're trying to get to, you know, you got to leave it alone. And it can work for anything. It could be video games. It could be just TV. It could be porn. It could be chasing after females. It could be fucking anything. You know, if it's distracting you from what you're trying to do and how you're trying to advance in life, you definitely need to let it go. And some of that stuff can be tough. I know it can be tough, but I know a lot of people don't agree with me. But sometimes I think cold turkey is the best way. Sometimes I think that doing things cold turkey can ultimately, you know, it can be tough, but I think ultimately it's the best way. Best way to get it done. Hold on 1 second. All right, bow. I gotta make sure I'm on my count. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's terrible. All right. Nah, I ain't finna, Scotty be eating good, babe. Scotty fat and round. Scotty heavy. You know, but fucking can bench Scotty. Let me see. No, I don't want me to be the ref. Somebody be like, this is the worst game of basketball ever. I'm gonna have to come out of retirement, beat them both playing 2-on-1. You know, handicap match, and still win. Said, put the Streamlab donations on the line and you're scared? Man, I will. Y'all stream it. I'll come up with a decent bet. If you win, you get all the donations. Okay, so if you lose, what do I get? If I lose, that ain't worthwhile. That's, again, like I say, I just get to be right. That ain't worth enough. I'm always right, damn it. You gotta if you lose, once we get the new South Sports Studios, you gotta be an intern free for a year. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, this is Sean. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Sean, how you doing this evening? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Well, we're talking about advice and things like that. And so one thing as a woman that was told to me is my grandmother used to say, "Ain't nothing open after 12 o'clock but some legs."
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like a little kind of thing that, in other words, you don't, especially, you know, it was like a saying, you don't, if a man like really wants to court you, he doesn't want to court you in the wee hours of the night. He wants to court you in the daylight, not nighttime. He wants to show you around and showcase you. So that was that thing that kind of stuff with me. Nothing after 12 o'clock is open but legs. So I always got weary, somebody wanted to just try to pull me out in midnight hours and things like that. And another thing that she said was, everything comes out in the wash. And meaning like the washing machine. I don't know if you all, it's the old time saying, everything comes out in the wash. And what that was is that's a saying to kind of teach you patience. In other words, be patient. You know, once the clothes is clean, and it'll come out in the wash. So that was another thing that kind of stuck with me. And I think if others didn't know that one. And then another one was when someone shows you who they are, believe them. That came from Maya Angelou. So that one is a real, real big one with me. And I use that day to day in my life. Because everybody comes to me 100% until you show me otherwise. But what it tends to happen is that we try to, I guess, make assumptions for other people. And you have to learn that we are not that person, and that person is not you. So we kind of walk around thinking that people think like you, act like you, when that ain't the case. Everybody has different thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors. And then we tend to get upset because they're not kind of like fitting into our little box or our little world. So what you have to do is, and that's when I go to my saying, is when somebody shows me who they are, believe them, because 9 times out of 10, a person's going to show you exactly who they are. But what we tend to do is we try to psych ourselves up like that person is not what they display themselves to be. And that's where especially women get it so wrong. Because they psych themselves out that it's going to be this, or it's going to be that, or this one person's going to change, or it's going to be some sort of different scenario. No. That person told you exactly who they were, and that's exactly who they're going to be.
Okay, so I got a good question for you on that first one. You said ain't nothing open after 12 but some legs.
Oh, that's a big one.
Now, back then, I think women handled things differently than they do nowadays. I've heard, lots of older women say different things about, how they used to carry themselves. They knew better than kind of being with a man, really one-on-one in certain areas and certain situations and stuff like that. Do you think that women back then handled courtship, relationships, or even what we call nowadays talking, that they handled it differently back then than women do now?
Yes, I do. I do, in that they, I think that there was more of a sense of dignity. Courtship, you mentioned the word courtship. That word in itself is almost ancient. That shit doesn't even fucking exist. Yeah. Courtship, because the word courtship in itself has a various degrees of other behaviors and events to go along with it. When you're courting someone, a courtship, the word in itself is a very, very delicate word. It's a word that's warm and loving, because that's what you do. You are courting someone, and when you're courting someone, it's more like an affection. It's nothing aggressive. It's not looking to, smash and go. A courtship is almost like an investment. You're putting back time. You're meeting the parents. You're sitting down for dinner. You're doing lunch, and you may not get that kiss on the first time, and you clicking your heels to get that kiss on the next time, and you're delicate. There's a delicacy to that word. Okay, I don't see anything delicate in modern day, dating. It's like, I'm going to smash that chick, it's this, it's that, and, I don't see the roses. I don't see, what we demanded, you're going to open the car. These certain things that we look at, these are signs. Okay, if you're going to smash my ass, there's certain things that I'm looking for, right? And these are the things you got to do. I mean, you got to open that door, you got to bring some roses, and you have to be delicate and loving. You have to put forth some effort. You got to get and talk to, the parents or the people who are parents in your life. It may not be your biological parents, but you have to show some effort. But now it's like you can do anything to a woman and it's effortless. And it was looked down upon. Okay, that's where that saying came from. It was looked down upon. Where, when that saying came, Ain't nothing open after 12 midnight other than some legs. And what that is that there's no man supposed to be coming to pick you up for a date, take you to the movies, take you out to eat at no 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. If it's a decent man, and that's your clue, okay? As a woman, a man's going to come. See, if they picking you up at 11, 12 o'clock, they don't want nobody to see you. Yeah. So they're going to pick you up at 12 and bring you back at 2, 3, 4. They're going to have your ass home for the sunrise come. You see what I mean? For the sunrise.
Okay.
So that's different from a woman that you pick up in daylight. And that was taught to me. So if a man wants to pick you up in daylight, that means he wants you at your side. He wants to showcase you. He's not ashamed of you. He's proud of you. He has interest in you. So if you trying to pick me up and it ain't daylight, right there, that's a red flag to me. You're probably not even gonna. Well, I'm past all that shit now. But back then, nah, See, that's how I got the good ones. That's how I weeded them out. You know, I weeded them out because what the fuck we gonna do at 12 o'clock at night? Other than what that saying says, ain't nothing open after 12 midnight but some legs. So that's you just looking to smash, bash, and go. But if you're not smart enough as a woman, then you gonna go for that. But to me, that's disrespectful. You don't pick me up at no damn 11 and 12 o'clock at night. Not less. I mean, maybe sometimes, back then we had the club life and whatever. At that time, it's acceptable, but at that time, it wasn't just me. It was a group of girls. We go out as groups. We're gonna meet. It used to be like groups of girls and groups of guys. Where you gonna be at tonight? Where we going? What's up for the night? You know what I mean? But we go as a group. But it's not like a, not private date or nothing like that. If you coming at a date and you trying to come that light, you ain't looking for nothing but some legs, man. And that's a total disrespect. And I'm not even gonna fucking come. You know what I mean? Because even if he didn't even know it, he gonna try his hand. You know how Negroes are. They gonna try their hand, but they only gonna go as far as you allow them to go.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a bit, Miss Johnson. I just, I needed some little advice. I know the game has changed a little bit, and I know that you are quite familiar and very knowledgeable about how things go in these kind of arenas. So I'm glad you shared that with me, and I hope some of the folks in the chat pick some of that up.
I hope so too. I don't know what they're doing nowadays. I mean, I hope some of these youngins come and call in and teach me something.
Oh, man, these days all you gotta do is like a photo on Instagram and you in. That's pretty much what it is these days. I don't know what's going on. Ain't no courting, ain't no none of it. It's a bunch of shenanigans.
Yes, that word in itself is an ancient word. But trust me, they're listening. I got hope for them.
Okay.
They're a little bit out of order, but I got hope for them. They gonna get it together.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as you drop a game on them like that, maybe they'll pick some up and they'll get it back right.
Okay. All right, dude. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Man, I'm telling y'all, and courting is such an ancient word. It's such an ancient word. I remember what was the story? Froggy went a courting or some shit like that. I don't know why I remember some old shit like that from when I was young. I don't even remember how the story goes. I just remember Froggy went a courting. There used to be a bunch of little stories about Froggy went a courting, Brer Rabbit and shit like that. Which y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all don't know nothing about that there. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening, man? Yeah. Oh, hell no. Man, Chick-fil-A wouldn't have made that mistake. No.
life advice is really just.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why.
Oh my God! Don't tell me I'm being Roman.
You got Roman.
Oh my God!
So they didn't get to hear your fucking Friday, man. So I don't know how it happens. I don't know what it is.
God
I don't
damn,
know why. I had a good streak for a little bit. I was fucking with you a little bit, but I had like 2 or 3 calls like in a row. That was all right. But this time I definitely I fried it. So let the folks know why they only heard me say Chick-fil-A when I made that mistake. So you can hit them. Which I'll reset your time so you good on your time. But go ahead and hit them with the what you were saying why your fucking Friday was.
Oh yeah, well I said my fucking Friday goes to Whataburger, bro. I tried to get this burger. It's supposed to be with cheese. Check it, no cheese. Irritating. You know, nothing but just 3 patties of meat, onions, lettuce, and mayonnaise. I mean, it was good. I ate it. I was hungry, so shit. I was gonna eat it. I mean, Whataburger ain't super expensive either, so super cheap, I mean. So, I mean, you know I was gonna eat it. But yeah, man, come on, guys. Whataburger gotta get back on their game, bro. They better than that. But that's my fucking Friday, man. But about the best life advice, man. The best life advice is to be to yourself, bro. And what I mean by be yourself, bro, is to make sure you is stable after number 1. You know, let's say your man goes to take care of your family. Well, you can't be living poor and working at McDonald's or living working at a shitty job and living in a shitty apartment and say I'm trying to take care of my mom and my daddy. No, you need to make sure you are stable, you are established, you got a good founding of home. You know that you got a car, you got everything. You know, make sure that your taxes is all right, your bills is all right. You know, everything with your finances. Everything. Just make sure everything is correct. Is your TV? Is your Wi-Fi good? Is your house put together? Is your this and that? Because once you are stable, that's how you can start helping people. You know, I've seen a lot of people say I want to help people, but you living bad. You struggling. How you gonna help somebody when you struggling? You know, the best thing to do is to be selfish. To be selfish at first to help others. You know, it's like to be the most caring person, you have to be selfish for yourself to care for other people, man. Like I say, I love to go through leaders because I love history, but if you look at Martin Luther King, bro, Martin Luther King couldn't be no poor, man from goddamn Atlanta. He had to establish himself as a minister in Atlanta and had established himself as really a vocal leader to become the leader he became. I mean, it takes time and preparation to become that. And that's my life advice, is to make sure you established first after everything. Then that's how you start helping people, bro. So, yeah, you got any questions for me, Honcho?
Let me think about it. No, you gonna go back to that same Whataburger, or you gonna give him another shot, or you gonna go elsewhere?
Well, okay, let's talk about Whataburger. Let me tell you something about Whataburger, man. I mean, that's the only Whataburger we have around us. I mean, the other one, it's not that far, but it's a drive. So, hey, they have made, nigga, I've grew up on a couple Whataburgers over there before. So, I'm not going to do that to them. This is about their first time doing that to me. I get it, man. It's a Friday night. You tired. You ready to get off work. You know, that motherfucker, that Whataburger 24 hours. So, I mean, I get niggas going in shifts and shifts. Niggas is tired, but come on. How you forget cheese? What nigga you know just orders a burger with no cheese? I know niggas do that, but come on, bro.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Especially if you come the triple meat, like, it should automatically come, like, if you get a triple meat burger, it's like automatic that cheese goes on it. Like, you know, that's just how that shit works.
I just checked the burger, right? So this is me. I'm sitting at this little store I got, and I'm checking the burger, about to get happy as hell, cause long day of school, and I'm tired, I'm hungry. I check the burger, I see nothing but just stacks of meat. I'm like, what the? I'm over there irritated. So I check, pop the lid, no one, barely any mayonnaise on there. Bunch of onions and lettuce. I'm like, what the? Just put together like nothing. Barely had any carts of fries. So I'm like, all this is for damn near $30. I'm like, Whataburger, you trying to cheat a nigga? Niggas ain't got money like that, bro. Like, come on. So, like I say, Whataburger, they get some points deducted, bro. But I still fucks with them though.
Okay. Well, that's a BET. That's a BET, man. I just had to check, get a Whataburger check, see where you was at on that. But that's a bit. But I agree with you, man. As far as being stable before you try to help others, I think that's a that's a very good way to be, because you never know when things go wrong for yourself, and you might be trying to stretch yourself thin, trying to help out others, and put yourself in a position where you can't maintain, or you end up undermining yourself. So I agree that that's a good premise, man.
Yeah, I agree. But one more thing for though, man. Jay Dizzle don't think I forgot when he tried to talk about me after that soft call. I know we're in the den. Well, I know he tried to hear about me. Hey, I had a good call, bro. He messed me over. I messed up on one word. Now, yeah, I could have said it better about, the overspending, but Honcho, you got what I meant, right?
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, come on, bro. So, I don't know. Jay Dizzle just want to come after a nigga, bro. When he's feeling himself, I felt like I said, good. I said, I had a good call. Then he just saying, oh, Rumble fucked up on this. I'm like, man, come on, nigga. But I understand, bro. I know what he meant. So, it's no good, man. But, come on, bro. He just had to come after. I'm feeling good about myself. He just had to come after me like that.
Yeah, just like you ain't gonna let nothing seep through the crack, man. You gonna make sure you get caught.
We all been the victim of a Jay Dizzle roast out and chew out and shit. I think I got 2 on my list. So like, I knew I was coming. So man, yeah, that's my call, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Did no one say anything stupid on the sauce, man? I didn't have a chance to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what you talking about half the time. I'll be honest. I honestly don't be paying attention, man.
I know that last thing Wink was getting on that ass. So
it was something. I don't know. Just I forgot. Like I don't even know. Sometimes I don't know if he be serious about some shit he be saying. But
All right, man. That's my call, bro. I damn near went over to 5 minutes, man. Nah, so I'm just sit and watch, man.
All right, appreciate the call there, Roman.
Anytime.
All right. Man, yeah, you got high expectations. Whataburgers, and only mistake I think I've ever had from a Chick-fil-A is they gave me the wrong kind of cheese. Because what on that Spice Deluxe is pepper jack, and I think they gave me like American cheese. I'm like, how the fuck did y'all put American cheese? I ain't requesting no American cheese. What kind of shit is this? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello, this is T'Challa. How are you?
Doing good, T'Challa. How you doing? It's been a minute since you done been in it. What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Okay, I just want to participate in the Fuck 'em Friday.
Okay.
Because I read this article. Well, I have two things.
Okay.
I read this article, right? I'm sure you guys have probably talked about it, the death of Nipsey Hussle. Okay, but it was this one article that I read that just really pissed me off. This faggot wrote an article tying Nipsey Hussle's death to the fag community, and this one quote pissed me off. It says, I'm gonna read it. It's short. A young man from the hood tries to make a positive impact, but his legacy is complicated by his unwillingness to give up homophobia and misogyny that continue to hold so many of us back. Get the fuck out of here. I am so tired of faggots trying to tie their issues with themselves and trying to force everybody to love them and try to tag their issues onto everything that happens. His death, his legacy has nothing to do with faggots.
I agree, but like I say, it's always trying to. They've been after him ever since the thing he did. I want to say it was about a year or so ago, where he had like this kind of celebration for it was a bunch of black men and young black men, and they were all dressed up real nice, and he was just talking about, hey, powerful black men, you know, doing something positive in the community, you know, no homosexuality, no this and no that. And they were all upset about it. But I agree. It's always, look, when you have your homo programs, the homo situation, whatever you got going on, your celebrations and all that, you're not tied in. Hey, well, let's promote those. Let's big up those black people because we, you know, it is what it. Why is it that homosexuality does have to be tied in everything? You got your own lanes, you got your own avenues. That's what killed me, because it's almost like the Jesse thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jesse thing too was like, oh, well, y'all aren't supporting him. Straight black men aren't supporting him. It's because he's gay. It has nothing to do with him being gay. It's because you don't trust him. He's fucking lying. You know?
I cannot. They got all of these rights to do their own thing and be free to do their own thing, free to create their own shit, and start trying to force people to like them. That's just a sign of a mentally ill motherfucker right there. With no, it's called self-esteem for a reason. You're supposed to love yourself. You really love yourself. You won't be trying to force everybody to fucking love you or like you or be trying to be included in everybody else's shit. But anyway, he did a lot of positive things for the community. I just think it's horrible for his community rather, and I just think it's horrible that those fags tried to tie their issues into his death. But anywho, my second thing was I was in the hair salon today getting my hair retwisted, and it was this chick. She was getting this ice blue weave, right? And she was so fucking black. It was she was so black, and the shit just looked so. First of all, that type of hair, that shit just looks weird anyway. I just don't see why. And it was, oh God, it was so many different colors. It was the chick that had a pink one on, those lace front things glued all into the middle of their forehead and shit, looking funny. It was one with a pink one on, one with a navy blue one on, one with a purple one on. But that ice blue one, I'm just sitting there looking at this shit. I'm like, this bitch really thinks she look cute with this shit on, and she look crazy than the motherfucker. What the fuck is up with this shit? You gotta be mentally ill. This is talking about this bitch was tar black.
That's racist.
You hear what I'm saying?
Hey, black is beautiful. The black of the berry. You know, black of the berry, sweet as the juice, goddamn.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being dark skin. Dark skin is beautiful, but she would have looked much better with her natural hair or anything other than that ice blue shit she had on her head. You should have seen her. She looked like a fucking demon.
Well, the way you describing these colors make me think of some old black anime shit. That shit just sound crazy. These motherfucking colors, they about to activate some ghetto Ninja Turtles or some shit. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so to wrap up my fucking Friday, fuck faggots and how they always try to tie in their issues to everything, especially when it comes to something as great and as honorable as the legacy of Nipsey Hussle, and fuck ice blue weave.
That's terrible. That's awful, man. That's awful. But as always, y'all know T'Challa gonna come. She gonna be 100% honest, you know. And that's what I'm saying. We just say it's the den. Man,
all right.
Appreciate your call.
Thanks, Honcho.
All right, you have a good one.
Bye.
Man. Look, y'all know T'Challa gonna be raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? She said she just want to call live for fucking Friday. She ain't even, I guess the advice was don't wear no ice blue weave. But man, that's tough, man. That's super tough. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? It's Mello.
Mello, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Man, my fucking Friday tonight goes to these bitch ass housekeeping ladies who fucking work at the school I work at, bro. Oh God, nigga. You know what this whole ass bitches do?
What happened, man?
Look, nigga, so these bitch ass hoes, bro, and I call them bitch ass hoes because they some bitch ass hoes for this shit, bro. This is a whole ass move, dude. These hoes when it called me after, when I come in to work, nigga, I got a specific thing to do, and that's what the fuck I do. And it takes me a certain amount of time to do that shit, and then I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These bitch ass hoes. After the point where I'm like, shit, all right, I'm finna be done with my shit. All I gotta do is take out the trash, all right, then I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
These hoes want to call me talking about, hey, can you come vacuum the middle school? 2, after I got to vacuum 5 motherfucking whole trailers, my nigga. There's about 8 classrooms in each trailer, bro.
Yeah.
So, and two of these trailers got whole on carpet in the hallways. Not only that, into the classrooms too, bro. And I walk around with this vacuum, bro. With this big ass vacuum. It's like a vac pack. And you wear that bitch, you plug it in, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Well, after a while, my nigga, that shit gets heavy than a bitch, bro. And that shit starts to have a toll on your back, bro. Yeah. So after a while, bro, after vacuuming, then after I gotta do that, I gotta go through my trash. But these hoes had me go back in the middle school. Come to find out, nigga, I look around, everybody's gone, bro.
So they just left you out.
Yeah, nigga, these whole ass bitch ass hoes, niggas just left me out here, bro, to do all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't supposed to back in the middle school. I don't do that shit, bro. I only do the elementary, nigga, because that's what they assigned me to. Yeah. Somebody else got to vacuum that hoe, and everybody else they want to be lazy. They don't want to do what the fuck they got to do, so they be calling me to do the extra shit, bro. So on the expense of the company, you know what the fuck I'm doing right now?
Cool.
And my motherfucking car smoking a goddamn sweet on the clock, my nigga.
Man, I hit that hoe 2 times for your boy, man.
Already, nigga. Hey, fuck the bullshit, bro. Hey, my life advice to everybody is keep a sack in your car, nigga. Keep a sack and some motherfucking guards, bro, because you don't never know when the fuck you gonna need it when you're riding about.
Man, hey, Jack, I got a story for that ass on that one, man. Look. I definitely got a story for that, man. That's fucked up, but man, like you say, it's a good thing that you was prepared, man.
Yeah, I'm just milking the clock right now. I'm finna finish this whole suite, go back in there, clock out, take my motherfucking ass home. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm just chilling right now. I had to self-medicate for a moment. But that shit had me all kind of fucked up. I'm talking about I'm the only one in this bitch. I look around like, where the fuck everybody at, nigga? And afterward, I mean, this is after the fact that they already called me to do their work.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know, at least a supervisor here at some, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, nigga. And then my main boss called me and she like, can you stay and finish the middle school? And I'm like, you calling me? I'm already fucking doing the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's funny than a bitch. That's a bit, man. Man, like I said, I got a story to tell on that one, man. You reminded me of something. But that's a bit, Mello, man. I appreciate the call, man.
I really had to, you know what I'm saying? Get my fucking Friday for the night.
That's a BET.
All right, my nigga, I fuck with you.
That's a bit.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's funny than a bitch. Hey. Man, that's we gonna take this call. I'm gonna tell the story after this call. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Prepaid.
What's the motherfucking deal, prepaid? Man, what you wanna drop in the den tonight, man?
Man, I wanna give you young punks some little bit of life advice.
What you got for the people, man?
All right, man. First and foremost, bro, whatever you do in this world, I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you rap it. Man, chase that dream wholeheartedly, 1,000,000%. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That shit don't work in whatever it is you're doing. It don't matter how big of a spectrum you see yourself or how small you see. Whatever dream is, you chase 1,000%. And I said if you're gonna be a rapper, because I know we had a little conversation about music a while back. And the reason why I mentioned rap is because are y'all familiar with the little dude, Lil Nas X, the little dude got the song?
Man, Old Town Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he done blew up, man. And I had watched an interview with him.
Yeah.
And in the interview, he said when the song blew up, he had a negative $5.46 inside of his Wells Fargo account.
Yeah.
And he said he told himself, either this shit finna blow up, or I'm gonna just starve.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a monumental shit, because when people really have that dream, and until you're willing to starve behind that shit, you ain't chasing it hard enough.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. Number 2 is for anybody who want to date and scene. Look, bro, when you find that lady, she's special, and you know that this gonna be the one, man, get your ass off the dating scene. Cause you ain't gonna better stack no bread chasing all these hoes. And when you get to a point where you know this the one you want to spend the rest of your life with, man, marry her for all the right reasons. Here's the right reason. Nigga, shit is way cheaper with 2 incomes. Trust me. You can acquire everything you ever dreamed of, that big-ass house, the new cars, all that shit with 2 incomes. With one, it's gonna be a task for one, especially if you know what I'm saying, you're not where you want to be in your career. But those are my 2 pieces, bruh. Chase all your dreams wholeheartedly. I don't give a fuck what they say about you, how they laugh at you. I don't give a fuck what you want to do. Nigga, if you want to be the next Jeff Bezos and start the next Amazon, the black version, nigga, start that shit. Because Jeff Bezos started this shit in a fucking garage. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is you want to do in this world, bro, stop letting motherfuckers restrict you. Go ahead and you go get that shit. Now, don't halfway chase the shit, because that's what niggas been doing for the longest. We halfway chase some shit. We want to kind of rap, but then we kind of want to produce, then we kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, pimp hoes. We kind of want to sell bean pies. Can't do all them kind of. You got to go out here and go grind and go get that shit.
I agree. Man, I'm glad you shared that about that little Nas X. I was just thinking about that, how I know he got the little remix with Billy Ray, because they kind of hold him and said, you know, oh, this ain't no country song. Then Billy Ray came out the woodwork, so it's finna be a country song, and he laid that shit down, and now you can't, you know what I mean? You got to get that man his props, because I heard it was like, it started out like as a parody or some shit at first, and then it just blew up on some little viral shit. So I ain't mad at that. -$5, that's some shit right there, man.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is the problem with black people, once we realize how resilient we are, we control our markets. It don't matter what the billboards don't want to put them on there. Once the remix dropped, and they already removed them from the billboards, once the remix dropped, it was over with. Because our presence in all cultures are just so fucking that strong. But the problem is we not utilizing that shit. If a nigga with a -$5 and 46 cents can tweet Billy Ray Cyrus and get his attention and get him on the song, I know we can be using our social media for way more power than what we getting out of that shit. Everything ain't about likes and retweets, y'all. Sometimes you got to get out here and make that shit work for you. And that's for you young niggas, because I'm too old to be on social media trying to make songs and shit. I'm past that shit. Nobody want to see no old nigga on no song like me.
Man, I thought you had the mixtape coming out. You and Lee had the mixtape beef, man. What would happen with that, man?
Yeah, because I tell you what, bro, because you know what I'm saying, he was doing me bad or whatever. This nigga had to say he had them bars for me, and I don't want no problem with that. But I will get some studio time if need be. I will go get me some studio time and work on my shit. If all else fails, nigga, I pull a Cardi B, have somebody else write my shit, nigga. I be on your ass. Hey, y'all boys be blessed, man. Fuck with me.
Nah, I really appreciate it, man.
All right.
Nah, really. Man. Hey, Jack. If that right there don't get you right, if that shit don't get you fired up, it got me fired up, because it was funny, because I was telling my old lady all the time, you say, well, you talking about black people all the time? No, the show is for everybody. But the thing about it is just that, you know, I'm black, so I'm gonna give things from a black perspective. But the show is for everybody, and everybody's input is welcome. There's no, you know, no boundaries. But I'm gonna talk about issues, you know, the way I see them, and I'm gonna give perspective the way I see them, and you know, the callers are encouraged to do so. I think there's probably more Hispanics than anything in the damn den. So I mean, everybody's welcome. So you know, it ain't no tripping. Yeah, we gonna seal the deal on that. I think we're gonna make that the last call, because I think that's a great note, a good positive note to end that on. I'm gonna tell my story, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up here in a little bit. But here's the deal, you know. Here is the deal. Portuguese. But we will talk about that in a second. But what he said about Lil Nas X, I was thinking about that, and I was just like, man, you know, that this guy was on the country charts. He was like #1 on the country charts. They took him off, and then he backdoored and went and got Billy Ray Cyrus on there, and now he's gonna have this gonna be a #1 hit. It is gonna be what it is, and there's not gonna be any questioning it, and that's dope. And to hear that he had only $5 in his account, -$5 in his account, so he didn't even had it. You know what I'm saying? That's before they with the overdraft fees and shit, goddamn. That's a great story to hear. That's a great fucking story to hear, and that should be inspirational to anybody. Like you said, man, if you're gonna get in it, go all the way in. But here's the story I'm gonna tell, and I'm gonna end on a good note, man. On a good note. Just some clown. This ain't necessarily advice, but just a story to tell. It made me think about what Mello was talking about. You know, keep a sack and some cigars. I know everybody don't smoke, but there was a situation some years back, and my uncle had a little legal situation, and it was something, and it had something to do. I forgot what he had going on, but I had to slide down, take him down to the courthouse. Well, I had to take him in my cousin's car, and my cousin happened to be in jail at that time. And so the thing about it is, you know, this nigga was, my cousin is a certified pothead. I mean, it is what it is, nigga smoker. But this nigga had been in jail he was probably in jail for a few weeks at this time. So I go downtown, take him to the courthouse or whatever. I'm kind of fucking off downtown for a little bit. I slide around, I dip and I dab a little bit, and I park up. And I'm like, God damn, you know, I go see what's going on with him. I go try to go check on it. He ain't in the courtroom he was supposed to be in. He went somewhere else. They took him on some, I don't know if he had to do some more pre-trial shit or whatever the fuck he had. He had to go do some bullshit. So I couldn't even get a hold of him. I didn't know where he was. And I've been waiting for some hours now. And I'm just sitting in this parking lot, and I'm just like, man, what the fuck is going on, right? I wanted to smoke real bad. This is when I was active, I was smoking, right? I wanted to smoke real bad. I'm just like, I wish I just had me a sweet or something. And like I said, you know, I had some folks when I called up a couple people, folks wasn't there, they wasn't in their spot, they wasn't around, they was out doing whatever. So I was just like, dog, I know my cousin. I know this nigga gotta have a doobie or something. But he always got some kind of weird contraptions in this shit, because he called himself some type of custom car builder, but it's like ghetto customs. some old not cool shit. This is the one I told you try to fucking the one I told you that looked like the nigga from Get Out. So this man, you know, this is the one that tried to put curtains in the car and all this other shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Good night, Shonda. Appreciate you coming through. I was like, God, I wish I just had a blunt right now. Right? You say you're trying to call in, I cut the thing off. Give me 1 second, let me finish the story and I'll take your call. Yes, I got you. Let me finish the story, I'll take your call. We'll do one more call on that. And I'm just, God, I wish I just had something to smoke right now. It started raining, okay? It started raining, like right after that. And suddenly, I don't know why I didn't think about it. I just said, fuck it. I pushed the motherfucking ashtray. And the good and the bad of this, it wasn't really no bad, but it could have been bad. Fucking ashtray pop out. Cause it's like the way his ashtray is like it had like a wood grain panel, you flip it down, and then that shit pop out. Man, when I say it was like 3/4 of a blunt in that bitch. When I say it was 3/4, it was a barely smoked blunt. Like if this nigga got arrested or if he left the car or whatever, he must have tucked that hoe or something. You barely got to fire that hoe. Man, when I told you I fired that hoe up with the quickness. Now I'm not, keep in mind, I'm downtown, this blah shit walking around, but it's fucking raining. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I fired that bitch up and I got lit. And I was just out of, like I said, I was good and fucked up till eventually. I still think it was a minute from my Uncle K. But from that point forward, you couldn't tell me that weed was a bad thing. You couldn't tell me that because, like I said, it's kind of janky, right? But it was just like, I was just like, ah, man, I wish I had a blunt. And been sitting in this car, fooling around this motherfucker for hours. And then all of a sudden the idea comes to fucking hit the ashtray and that bitch pops out. you could never tell me shit since then. And I have another similar story about something that happened to a friend of mine. Because one time when I was at U of H, and I was fucked up and passed out, and he came through, and he was just chilling. He was like, man, I was that boy. I don't know if he was partying or what. And so he said the same thing, that he wished he was had some weed. He said he ended up moving, like, because I had some shit on the microwave, had a little mini fridge and shit. He said he ended up moving like a pair of pants or something, and like a fucking sack just fell out of nowhere. And he's like, man, I know it's fucked up, but I'm finna smoke it. And he ended up smoking it, but he basically was hoping vehemently for some weed. I wouldn't even mad, because I didn't even know the sack still existed, so I wasn't even tripping. But that's why, oh no, didn't get caught, but I wouldn't have shared that story. That would have been a terrible story. But I had to smoke it, right, after I seen it, because what if we was riding back to where we had to go, and then, you know, got caught up with that bitch, so I had to burn that shit. But no, man, just man, couple of times, I found some change when I was doing strange. All right, so I saw somebody, Studio City said you want to call in. Let me open up the line real quick. We'll make this the last call, then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, because I owe y'all actually got started about 7 minutes late, so I actually owe y'all like another 7 minutes, and then we're gonna be done. Oh, I think I still got the number. Go ahead, call in. I'll take your call, Studio City. You want to call in? I'll take it, and then we can have us a good discussion about whatever it is you wanted to call in about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, these crazy things. All right, what we got? Alrighty, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? It's your boy Bretto. I haven't called in a while.
Already, man. Okay, what you want to drop in the den this evening, man? What kind of advice you got for the people?
You know, I kind of came in a little late, so I'm not sure exactly what the hell I'm talking about, but I heard something about weed or something like that. And, you know, the same shit happens to me. It's so weird. Like, I'll be wanting to get high or whatever, and that's happened to me a few times, actually. Like, I've come up on eighths. I've lost eighths and shit before, you know. And, but anyways, when you talked about that, just made me think about the whole, like, drug trade, which is kind of off topic. You know, well, sort of, not really, but, like, and I've been thinking about this. It's really trippy, but, you know, there's a big misconception about, like, who's really behind the drug trade. You know, there's this stereotype that, you know, some rich Mexican or some rich Colombians just controlling the whole drug trade. That's not true, man. It's the governments. Like, straight up, it's the governments that are controlling us, you know what I mean? And you know that, right? Like the CIA, everything. And the reason they do that is because cocaine, heroin, meth, all that shit. An ounce of cocaine is more valuable than an ounce of gold. You know that? And they fucking control the whole thing. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that's a real interesting situation. And that's a conversation that I think we'd have to get real deep into, because I do believe that there are some, not that I know for a fact, there are some government ties in drug dealing. You know, we can talk about, you know, Freeway, Ricky Ross. We can talk about a lot of these things, how certain things get through.
Exactly,
if they really want to put a clamp on everything, they could, but they don't, because again, it helps fuel so many other things.
Yeah. You know, if they really wanted to, and people hate this argument, but it's the truth, they would just have to legalize it. They would get rid of all the crime. I mean, like, when's the last time you saw, like, the CEOs of Dos Equis and Budweiser going to war over turf? You know what I mean? Like, they need to legalize it, but I don't think it'll be a long time until that ever happens. I'm sorry for interrupting you, man.
No,
what are you saying?
No, you're good. No, I was listening to what you're saying. No, you're good. But I agree with you on the legalization front, because, I mean, let's just be honest. It's still going to happen. People are going to do it, but there's so much money to be made off keeping it illegal for, you know, law enforcement and things like that. So, you know, because I know in Texas, like I said, I'm not sure where you're at, but, you know, you have that that confiscation, I forgot the name of the law exactly, but if you actually get caught with dope, they can take everything. They can take your car. They can take whatever you got caught with and use that and sell it.
Money out of your bank account.
Yeah, they can take all that shit and sell it, and it goes back to the police department. I know that there was a spot in Texas that was real bad for a while that people were just passing through, even people who didn't have drugs and stuff on them. They were just confiscating whatever they want because they could say, oh, you had dope on you, and, you know, they can take your car again, and they sell all this stuff. And they were, I forgot the name, which police department it was, but they called these motherfuckers were taking police retreats to Hawaii and doing all this shit on basically the government dime because of all the stuff they confiscated and sold. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a lot of money in it for certain police agencies. There's a lot of money in it for government agencies. But ultimately, the thing is, if people want it, they're going to get it. And the funny thing that I don't know why they don't legalize it, because like right now, even just weed across the country, they just legalized this basically, what is this ketamine, this shit, this nasal shit, basically, even for children and stuff like this. This is a whole type of amphetamine, and it's legalized, but weed is a bad thing. We're going to give it to the kids, but, you know, weed is bad for adults. You know, it's a crazy deal.
Yeah, or antidepressants, too. Yeah, make people go crazy, kill themselves, do mass shootings. Yeah. You know, and the weird thing about, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. It was, you know, one of the reasons why, honestly, it's horrible to say, but it's true. The reason why the government's doing this to us is to dumb us down so that we keep being slaves to the banks, the oil companies, the Federal Reserve banking system, because they want us to be dumbed down to where we can't just stand up, we can't just make money for ourselves. That's what they're talking about. You know, taxing 70% of our income once you make $10 million. Like, fuck you. You fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Like, eventually it's going to come to the point where they're going to be like, okay, well, once you make $1 million, you need to give like 40% of your earnings. You know what I mean? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know I got kind of off topic with that, but you know, it's just like they don't. It's almost like they don't want you to succeed at this point. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all I got, Honcho. You have a good one, man.
All right, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, bye bye.
All right. Hey, man. Look, I know some of y'all like, hey, what's going on? It wouldn't be the den if we didn't get a little bit off topic. But hey, Jack, you know, here it is, this is what it is. I fucks with y'all, man, and I appreciate y'all, but it's about that time. I'm gonna get ready to wind it down. We'll be back at it tomorrow, same den time, same den channel. If the den don't exist tomorrow, y'all know what happened. They caught the end of this conversation and they took me away. I'm probably in Guantanamo or some shit. You know, have some pictures leaked of me stacked in a pyramid doing crazy shit. Fuck it, man. Let me stop, man. I appreciate everybody coming. What you got? What's the best advice you got? Y'all had a lot of good stuff, and like I say, man, I think everybody came in with some real good advice, and I appreciate. Like, I'm finna make a book, and I'm gonna profit off the book. Hey, man, Jack, that's the best advice. Don't fuck up your for sure pussy trying to get some more pussy, man. You end up with no pussy. No pussy. But see, that don't work for women. You know, that's why I say it's a double standard. It doesn't work for women. Because if you told them, if you reversed it for a woman and said, don't fuck up your for sure dick trying to get some more dick, it don't matter. They gonna get all the dick. Niggas gonna fuck no matter what. Nigga can find out, well, you just fuck with that nigga. Well, fuck it. You know, I ain't even tripping. Did you wash pussy in the sink? You didn't? Shit. Well, fuck it. Niggas ain't gonna give a fuck. Niggas don't give a damn. Look, it worked like that for men, but it's a double standard, goddammit. It ain't fair. Let me get out of here before we get to talking too crazy. But hey, friends of the den denizens, degenerates, and most of all, den folk, I appreciate all of y'all for coming through. I appreciate all the calls. We will be back tomorrow night talking about some good stuff. It's a very good situation that took place, so I think it'll be a very interesting discussion that we're going to have tomorrow. So make sure y'all there. Make sure y'all there on time. And with that being said, hey, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm out. Wrap it up. Wrap this shit up twice. You know they said you ain't supposed to wrap it up twice because they said like 2 condoms actually rubbing against each other is more likely to put a hole in it. And that's just some advice.